Wow. Chemo fog is a thing. With the medicines and the medications I'm on, it is just complete brain fog. I have trouble speaking at a relatively normal pace. When people ask me questions, it takes me a while to respond because I'm just trying to think. And it's the most disorienting thing that I've ever experienced. Like I said the other day when I was at the hospital, I thought I was there for 2 to 3 days, but I was actually there for 7. And the cocktail of pain medication does help in that it keeps the pain of the pressure on my liver and rib cage and my back, my shoulders from having to sleep in odd positions to breathe better. But it's also really impacting my mental ability to be able to reason, have conversations, and to a certain extent reflect, which is something I'm trying to do more often. But however, I think it just requires a different frame of mindset in that right now it's just fighting the battle, and the mental fog and the challenges with thinking is just part of the fight at this point. It's shifted a bit to sleep being the priority, and I definitely have a good amount to catch up on. And rest during the day also being a priority to be able to keep up with the treatment and to recover effectively. So what that means is that the daily vlog may be a little bit slower when I'm talking. And it also means that the reflections might come at a slower clip, as well as the writing that I'm doing may come a little bit slower as well. Although I did release one chapter today just to get feedback. So yeah, I think it's just the chemo fog, the chemo brain is a real thing, and it can be a bit debilitating, but it's all about shifting the fight to reframe as it being part of the battle as opposed to being a impediment to recovery. In terms of sleep, I already mentioned it a little bit. I'm sleeping pretty good now. I think I got a solid 5 in a row, maybe even 6. It's just when I wake up, it feels like I took 100 Benadryl. But from a digestion perspective, there's not a lot of pain because from the painkillers at night, it's actually stopped. It's actually made all the pain go away, so it's been making it a lot easier to sleep at night. I haven't had to wake as much to go to the restroom at night as well, so shifting my diet timings has helped also. In terms of energy, we're going to try to exercise a little bit more, but with the fatigue and the mental fog, I'm not sure how far I'll get along with that today, but some light walking should be possible. So in terms of next steps, right now I am definitely on the CAP-10 chemotherapy, which is on a 4-month cycle, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. The additional challenge is that I've been moving pretty quickly with my treatments, so it's never really been just one treatment. It's been multiple overlapping treatments. So initially it was the 2 bouts of chemotherapy, which can have lingering side effects or continue to have effect for about, I don't know, 4 to 6 months. And then we layered on the targeted therapy, and now we've gone through 3 rounds of targeted therapy, which has similar efficacy as well, where it can continue to have effect for another 4 to 6 months. And now we're layering on top of that CAP-10. So at this point, it's kind of like we have 3 modalities of treatment overlapping at the same time, which are contributing to the side effects that I'm feeling now. The taste buds were getting better, and arguably may still be getting better. However, meat just isn't working with me right now, and I keep saying the word rancid is probably the best word to describe it. So I'm just sticking to protein shakes and grains and granola to try to get to my level of calories as well as my protein intake. I'll have to try to keep consuming meat, but probably more a pescatarian type rather than any type of pork, beef, or chicken type of product, because it seems to be a little bit more palatable. And then in 2 weeks I will get another round of lab work, because we want to monitor closely to make sure that the CAP-10 is effective, so that we can make a quick change if we need to in order to shrink the liver, which is the main priority at this point. If we can shrink the liver, then potentially we go into a period of controlled progression, where I may not need treatment for a while, and 9 months after that I may feel normal again until it flares up again, and then we could potentially recycle with what they call a salvage treatment. And we would be able to do that because it's not because the targeted therapy isn't working, it's because of the inflammation of the liver. So given time to rest, we could recycle the same playbook and extend even further. And if the liver does shrink on its own, then even better. We won't have to even start CAP-10, and then can go into a period of controlled progression as well. So the prognosis hasn't really changed. Still, have a lot of options, and this was a preventative measure to make sure to preserve all of those options. So we'll keep you posted with any additional good news. And as usual, I'm still fighting hard every day and choosing joy every day. Thank you very much for all the comments and words of encouragement. It means a lot more than you know. For all of the new joiners, thank you for coming along the journey with us. And if you do get anything out of these videos that you think may be able to help others, please like, subscribe, or share so that we can extend our reach to be able to help even more people in the future. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll talk to y'all later. Bye.